If you are watching this video right now, then hopefully you want to grow your business fast because that's what we're going to be talking about. Let's roll.
Joining us is my man, Jalika Nye takes entrepreneurs on a journey to grow their business. Has done over $75 million in revenue.
When I was first asked, what's the one thing that people can focus on that's going to grow their business the fastest? Initially, I thought, of course, well, that's a difficult question to answer because it's different at every phase of growth, right? I mean, when you're a beginner, you got to focus on sales. If you're not making sales, nothing else is happening. And then once you have a dialed-in sales process, well, then you need evergreen acquisition, the ability to acquire customers every day on autopilot so you're constantly filling the pipeline. And then once you've done that, then it's really about investing in the people, hiring and training up the right people, and building the people that build your business for you. Well, the more that I sat back and think about it, really, no. It's sales. It's sales, it's sales, it's sales, it's sales. Nothing else grows a business faster than sales. And when I look back at my career, I started my first business and then I failed for the next 13 years. So from starting my first business to the moment that I was able to quit my job at a coffee shop and go full-time as an entrepreneur, that was a 13-year gap. And probably one of the biggest things that held me back in that 13-year gap is the fact that I got caught up on all sorts of bullshit that had nothing to do with actually growing a business. Right? It was like, well, what's my logo going to be? What's my icon going to look like? What should I call this thing? What's the website going to look like? How do I move this banner 1 inch over to the left? And all this stuff that had nothing to do with actually generating sales. And most entrepreneurs do get caught up in that stuff, early stage entrepreneurs, because it gives them the illusion of feeling busy. It gives them the dopamine hit of feeling like they're building a business, but really you're not building a business until somebody is buying something from you and now you have to deliver on a promise. And that gives you proof of concept. There's proof that there is a demand for your product or your service in the marketplace. It provides proof to you that you can actually fulfill to a client when somebody makes a purchase. And then from there, you can start to build momentum. I remember being in network marketing and they talk about, recruit your people and then invest in your people. You got to make sure you train up your people so you get duplication. That makes no sense at all. That means I go out and recruit one person and now what? I'm going to spend all my time trying to grow that one person, which means what? I'm going to eventually teach them how to go recruit one person? That's ridiculous. Instead, hey, get them plugged in, get them plugged into a system, send them to the company website or whatever it is, get them trained up, let them learn, and go out and just make more sales. Focus on sales. As soon as we start to see a dip in sales, it becomes kind of a all hands on deck sort of matter. We're calling in marketing and looking at, hey, did the lead quality go down? We're looking at all of the data in the sales team and looking at, did something in the sales process break? Is there something happening in the financial markets that's causing a constraint in a prospect's ability to get funds or get credit if that's what's needed? We're looking at the client success side of the equation and asking, hey, when you are asking for refunds or as you're onboarding these new clients, is there anything new that you're hearing? Literally, everything starts to slow down and get focused on what is happening right now in sales. When sales is humming, when sales is up, when sales is firing on all cylinders, the rest of the company can focus on everything else that's important to the business. But the moment that thing slows down, everything else begins to slow down in order to figure out what the challenge is there. And the number one thing that we want to invest in every month in my company is the sales team. It's hiring, it's training, it's the administrative of watching all of the sales numbers, it's making sure that sales is on track to hit the overall revenue goals for the business. Probably one of the biggest expenses we have is hiring and training up new sales reps. There's just a ton of energy and resources that are invested in that one particular piece of the overall machine, because if it's not humming on all cylinders, nothing else is going to work as effectively. If there's one thing that can grow your business faster than anything else, it's sales. Be good at sales, be great at sales, be phenomenal at sales, understand sales psychology, understand the sales process. And if you're not a sales-oriented entrepreneur, then find somebody who is, that can either work inside of the business and operate your sales department, or that you can partner with that's going to be phenomenal at driving the sales machine of the business. Because if there's no sales, there's no revenue. If there's no revenue, there's no money. If there's no money, there's basically no blood in the body. And then you have a dead, lifeless corpse that you once called a dream in a business. So listen, I know the content of this video might not necessarily be the most profound thing that you've ever heard, and yet at the same time, like a good buddy of mine likes to say, advanced people never don't do the basics. And sales is part of the basics. It's the fundamentals. And as somebody who has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs, I can tell you it's often one of the most overlooked components that is vital to the success of a business. And if you're somebody who is ambitious and committed to success, then make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell notification down below so you get notified every week when I drop more content like this, designed to help you create more more results in your life and your business. And by the way, in case we've never met before, my name is Cal Kanai. I'm an entrepreneur that got started while working in a coffee shop for minimum wage, and I've gone on now to build multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses. And I say that so that you know that everything I share on my channel comes from the real world applied knowledge of things that I've learned and implemented to create those results. And I share them with you here in hopes that they help you create similar results as well. So subscribe, hit that little bell button, and then make sure you watch the next video in the lineup where I'm gonna talk more about sales psychology. I'll see you there.